Otto was every parent's dream child, fair-skinned, intelligent, well-mannered, and deeply rooted in his faith. At 18, he was the pride of St. Augustine's High School in Cape Coast. His teachers often praised his academic excellence and leadership in the school's prayer group. Students admired his calm demeanor and unwavering commitment to his beliefs. He was the boy people pointed to when speaking about discipline and promise. But as he entered his final year, the pressures of senior year began to take their toll. The demands of studies, the expectations of his parents, and his growing curiosity about the world outside of his structured life created a storm within him. It was during this time that Otto befriended Kwesi and Joe, two boys known for their mischief and knack for bending the rules. Initially, Otto resisted their attempts to include him in their antics. "You're too good for your own good," Kwesi teased one afternoon as Otto excused himself from a group hangout to study. But Kwesi and Joe were persistent. They started small, inviting him to play cards during prep time or skip the occasional morning prayers. "It's just one time," they'd say. And gradually, Otto found himself drawn into their world. The change was subtle at first. Otto began missing meetings with the prayer group, claiming he was too busy with schoolwork. His grades, once stellar, started to decline. Teachers noticed his lack of focus, but he always managed to offer polite excuses. His parents, busy with work, assumed he was simply tired from the demands of school. However, things took a sharp turn one Friday night. Kwesi and Joe convinced Otto to sneak out of the dormitory to attend a party in town. Otto hesitated at first, his conscience battling with his curiosity. But the allure of freedom and the fear of being labeled boring won out. He joined them, sneaking past the housemaster and scaling the school's back fence. The party was a whirlwind of loud music, laughter, and drinks. Otto felt out of place but tried to mask his discomfort by blending in. The real trouble began on their way back to school. The boys were caught by the housemaster, who had been tipped off about their absence. Worse still, Kwesi and Joe had smuggled alcohol back into the dormitory, and Otto, by association, was implicated. The news spread like wildfire. Otto, the golden boy, had broken the school's strict code of conduct. Despite his attempts to explain, the administration decided to make an example of him. He was expelled. When Otto returned home, his parents were devastated. His father, a strict disciplinarian, struggled to mask his disappointment. "You've shamed this family, Otto," he said, his voice heavy with hurt. His mother wept openly, her heart breaking over the sudden downfall of her beloved son. Determined not to give up on him, Otto's parents enrolled him in a private school in Accra. They hoped that a change of environment would help him refocus and leave his past mistakes behind. Otto, humbled and regretful, promised himself he would make the most of this second chance. The new school was a stark contrast to St. Augustine's. Otto felt like an outsider, struggling to fit in. He kept to himself, avoiding unnecessary interactions. But one day during lunch, everything changed. Aku, an 18-year-old girl with a radiant smile and an infectious laugh, noticed Otto sitting alone under a tree. She was dark-skinned, with beautifully braided hair that framed her striking features. Her confidence and warmth drew people to her effortlessly. "Hi there," Aku said as she approached him. "You're the new guy, right?" Otto nodded, unsure of what to say. He wasn't used to people approaching him so openly. "I'm Aku," she continued, sitting down beside him. "You look like you could use a friend." Despite his initial reluctance, Otto found himself opening up to Aku. There was something about her easygoing nature and genuine interest in him that made him feel comfortable. Over time, Aku became his closest friend. Aku was more than just a friend. She was a force of positivity. She encouraged Otto to join her study group, where he rediscovered his love for learning. She introduced him to motivational books and often shared quotes that resonated deeply with him. "Your past doesn't define you, Otto," she once told him. "It's what you do next that matters." Inspired by Aku's words and her unwavering belief in him, Otto began to thrive. His grades improved, and he started participating in school activities again. Teachers noticed his transformation and praised his dedication. As their bond deepened, Otto and Aku spent more time together. They studied, laughed, and shared their dreams about the future. Aku wanted to become a nurse, while Otto dreamed of studying engineering at the University of Cape Coast. Their friendship blossomed into a quiet, unspoken love. One evening, as they walked around the school compound under the glow of the setting sun, Otto finally confessed his feelings. "Aku, I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't met you," he began. "You've changed my life, and I think I love you." Aku smiled, her eyes shimmering with emotion. "I love you too, Otto," she said softly. Their love story became the stuff of whispers among their classmates. They were inseparable, their connection inspiring others. But all good things must come to an end. After graduation, life pulled them in different directions. Otto was accepted into the University of Cape Coast, while Aku received a scholarship to study nursing in Kumasi. They promised to stay in touch, exchanging letters and phone calls. But as the months turned into years, the distance and demands of their new lives made it increasingly difficult to maintain their relationship. One day, after a heartfelt conversation, they decided to let each other go. It was a painful decision, but both knew it was for the best. "You'll always have a special place in my heart, Aku," Otto said during their final call. "And you in mine," Aku replied, tears streaming down her face. Years later, Otto stood at his university graduation, reflecting on his journey. He had overcome his mistakes and found his way back to the person he was always meant to be. As he walked across the stage to receive his degree, he silently thanked Aku for being his guiding light during his darkest days. Though they didn't end up together, the impact they had on each other's lives was immeasurable, a testament to the power of love, friendship, and second chances.